Welcome back. This is Mike with Repliquants. Let's do a market update. We're in an interesting spot right here. Let me show you. This is not going to take long because it's really straightforward, but most people don't see this stuff. So that's why I have to be here and show it to you. All right, one more line, and I'm going to explain what we're going to do here. Okay, so this is fairly easy. Okay, I want to zoom in a little bit. So we're looking at Bitcoin. Lines are lines. They're meaningless, but they show us inflection points in the market, possible inflection points. Sometimes price abides, sometimes it doesn't. Often it does. But when it happens, what you usually experience is an acceleration in one direction or the other, and that's why it's interesting, right? So it's not so much about the probability in this case, which is really hard to predict. It's about the potential outcome, right? And the probability of profit at that point. Does that make sense? Because it's a really important difference. It's really the probability of outcome that we're interested in. The acceleration that might happen across a certain inflection point in the market. So when you hit that inflection point, then things will speed up and there's profit potential if you, of course, are positioned in the right direction. That's key. So how do we do that? Well, look at the formation here. We got 3 down, 1 up, 2 down, 1 up, 2 down. Interesting. Where's this going? Well, so far this is pointing down because look what we saw before, right? How many black candles do you see, or red candles, depending on your chart setup, right? Not many. So this has to come, well, this has to get out of the gate very quickly here, meaning it has to stabilize. It should not breach through the support range here. It's kind of fuzzy. It's somewhere here, right? I would call it 60,000 just to be on the safe side. But if you want to just pin it at, I don't know, 61,000, doesn't really matter. 1,000 here, 1,000 there, doesn't really make a difference when we have a price of like over 60,000, right? So if we drop below here and close below here, then the potential for us to continue lower, probably to even, it's quite possible, might go to 54,000, 53,000, it's possible. It might accelerate lower because selling pressure will take over and the bots take over. And you know how it works these days, right? So I would watch this range here because the formation down here, unless it bounces back immediately, sometimes what you see is something like, I don't have my drawing tool enabled, so I don't want to mess with it right now, but you kind of follow my mouse along here, right? And you see that if it drops below and pops back up and closes inside, then it's a fake out often. If it closes below, it might then pop back up, but usually it continues slower. Make sense? Now let's look at a bullish scenario. This might be a big fake out, this whole thing, this whole correction, to kind of scare the children. And so what happens here, we might get close, but then recover, go back up here, and the inflection point is somewhere around here, I would say 69,000. So we have like a $8,000 to $9,000 range in between here where things are sort of in limbo and where people start guessing and get position on both sides. Stay out of that because you can't really know what's going to happen here. Anything can happen. We're in a between, we're in a limbo right now, limbo zone. So once it pops up here, we're good to go. And we're probably going to go up to 75,000 easily. Okay, so that's it. I mean, there's really not much else to say about this. This is a fairly common correction. Happens all the time in the market. You want to take a look at Ethereum as well? Okay, let's see if it's congruent with the rest of the market. All right. Yep, same thing. Here the range is a little bit more elongated. Ethereum has a tendency to accelerate down. It's quite juicy on the short selling side, to be honest, because it always, when things happen, they happen quicker on Ethereum. This suggests to me that we do have some downside momentum here. It's still unclear though, because we haven't really come close yet, right, to down here. So it's kind of trying to stabilize. We'll see. Let's look at the entire market. Total, let's say total two, without Bitcoin. All right. Looks a little bit better, you know. But, you know, I've looked at it here at a bunch of altcoins today. I was running one of my scanners here in the background, you know, this little thing here. And I saw sell-off all across the board, no matter what the futures were doing. Right? I was looking at the spot prices versus the perpetual futures prices. doing some correlation game. And I don't know, did you just see that? Yeah, you did. Okay, because I'm doing some screen capture, I'm not sure. All right, so, and I saw the whole market go down. And that's actually when I checked out Bitcoin. I said, oh, might want to do a market update. Makes sense. So it's the whole market is being dragged down right now. Bitcoin seems to be, along with Ethereum, actually seems to be leading down, which is interesting. But then again, you also consider that, a lot of the profit taking might take place there, and a lot of people have been, got exposed. A lot of people have been chasing the move up. Bitcoin, go back here. USDT. I mean, retail as a whole has been sleeping through this entire rally, which is almost criminal. I don't know why. It's weird. If you look at Google Trends, there's really nothing there. Not the type of the level of interest we had in 21 or 22 even. So this has been chased up though by, I don't know, various players, and they're kind of sitting on profits, taking maybe profits here. This might just be profit taking, because at some point, we're close to 75K here with Bitcoin. Time to take profits, especially if you've been holding a long time. We're basically $37,000 in profit here. A little bit less today because we've dropped since yesterday. This is yesterday's price, closing price, right? But well over 130% on this campaign. And in Ethereum, yes, 96, almost double, right? That's almost doubled. So quite juicy profits. People take profits here, no doubt. And it's normal. Okay, so let's see what happens. This is just a matter of how deep it's going to get. And then this bull market is going to continue, no doubt. This is normal profit taking. See, remember that I told you previously already, things got a bit more volatile. And when things get more volatile in the market, usually you see a correction. So this is the first, like pre-tremor, if you will, right here. This shakeout. And then it recovered and continued higher. So this has to play its way out. And once we see an inflection point like these, that the ones I showed you being breached again, then this rally will just continue, right? I'll keep you posted. This is it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.